Hi guys, welcome to the Explanation Pro. Today I'm going to explain a German war drama film called The Tin Drum. Spoilers incoming. The movie starts from a narration of the boy from the very beginning before his mother was born. The story of his grandparents met flashes on the screen. His grandfather is hiding because he is an arsonist, and his mother is made when his grandfather hides under his grandmother's four skirts when his grandfather is on the run. His grandfather is found after a year but had escaped, and only the rumors are left about him. His grandmother is getting old, so is his mother. His mother had feelings for his cousin Jan up until another man came in the picture, named Alfred. Then the boy says that he was born from the trinity of his mother and the two men, and his name is Oscar. He is so excited to turn 3, but then, after he saw that adult life isn't good, he decided to stay as a 3-year-old boy. He went to a wine cellar, he puts down his favorite play drum, took 8 steps up and then pushes a rack of wine and jump. His mother saw him lying on the ground full of blood. His mother put the blame on Alfred for leaving the wine cellar open, but she didn't know that she is the reason why for having an affair with Jan. Oscar survived the fall and recovered. He still has his drum, even if it is broken, he always carries it. Alfred says that he should throw his drum because it is broken and might hurt him, but he insists. When Alfred is taking it away from him by force, he just screams loudly, and there, he discovers something. His high-pitched voice creates an unusual event, which is breaking glasses, because by that time, he broke the glass of their wall clock. He even tries it outside their home. He puts a wine glass in an open area and tries to scream, and there, the glass breaks. He went walking with the other children while hitting his drum, and there they pause for a second, he screams and the post-like glass broke. And they walk again and pass through a band. Years passed and Oscar is now 6, and it is already time for him to went to school. He still has his drum with him, and when he is in the classroom, he beats the drum. His teacher asks to take away his drum, but he just hides it under the table. His teacher continues speaking, he beats again his drum, and when he is scolded by the teacher he just screams and the window glass broke. His teacher is so mad and asks for his mother to stop him, but he just screams facing his teacher, and the teacher's eyeglasses broke. They went to the doctor, and his mother explains that after the incident of him falling when he was 2, he just went obsessed of having his drums with him, and his mother also thought that he is still ill. The nurse is taking away his drum because she is going to run some tests with Oscar, but he didn't want it, and then he just screams. All of the specimens preserved at the clinic broke, and the doctor is really amazed that he would write it in a journal. Oscar is with a woman named Gretchen teaching him the alphabet, and he is not interested in just taking his cake with him. After eating, he went to a shelf and took a book out and handed it to Gretchen. Gretchen says that the book isn't for him and he should be reciting the alphabet. Oscar looked at the glass and Gretchen took it away from Oscar's out of sight. Gretchen with no choice read Rasputin, and then his mother came. While his mother and Gretchen were hooked on the book, Oscar started to have his imaginations about the book. He also discovered some other books like the one written by Goethe, and those authors wrote books about elective affinities. Oscar himself narrated that he grew not with his height but with his spirit. Oscar is bullied by some kids playing with fire, creating soup with frogs, and one kid also piss on the soup and make Oscar eat it by force. To escape those times, he went to town either when he is with his mother or alone. They met his uncle Jan and parted away and went to a toy shop. His mother asks the man looking the shop if she could leave Oscar for about 30 minutes to do some errands, and this happens every Thursday. Oscar gets a new drum, and then his mother went out the shop. Oscar is following his mother without his mother noticing him. He learned that every Thursday, she is sleeping with his uncle Jan. He saw the clock tower and went there. He starts to beat his drum and starts screaming, and some windows of a building broke. There's a festival, and Oscar went to watch different performances with his parents. Oscar is hooked with the performance of one of they called midgets, where the performers are half of the size of an average man, and the performer is named Bebra. After the performance, Oscar went backstage and met with Bebra. Bebra says that he should be with them performing, but Oscar says that he would rather be in the audience than performing, and after that short conversation, his parents found him. One day, Oscar and his mother went by the sea to see Alfred, who is fishing. His mother asks if his father can really catch a fish with his rod or a shoe with a kidding tone. And when Alfred pulls his rod, they saw a horse head, and there are a bunch of eels inside the head. Oscar's mother starts to vomit. They are back in their house, and Alfred is preparing the eel for their dinner, but Oscar's mother insists that she will not eat any fish, especially eels, but Alfred says that she has been eating them and now would insist not to eat because she knew where it came from. Jan butts in, and Alfred says that he needs to stay away for it as a family matter. Agnes is now calm and she is eating the fish now, and then she always craves for fish. Then she went to a church and pray for she has this heavy burden on her because of the polygamy that she is doing. Her mother also discovered that she is pregnant, and that when she can't handle it, she decided to take away his life. Oscar is 14-year-old that time. After the funeral, they went to have dinner and drink some alcohol and play some cards and try to move on with their lives. War continues between the Germans and the Polish. Oscar and his uncle Jan went to see Kabiela to fix Oscar's drum because it is already having a hole in the middle. The building where they went in becomes a battlefield and the building is wrecked for it is bombarded with cannons and guns of the enemies. Oscar went upstairs and saw Kabiela with his firearm shooting, and the one that he pays attention to is the tin drum on top of a shelf. He tries to get it, but Kabiela grabs him, and when he is about to get the drum he was shot. They are all now underground of the building and they are bombarded with cannons and guns. Oscar, Jan and Kabiela is playing with their cards up until Kabiela lost his breath and can't play no more. Jan is now shouting Agnes' name and has lost his sanity. Then someone says that they are all surrendering and is caught by the Nazis. It is said that Jan was shot and was dead, and someone gave Oscar the last bullet, and that bullet is the one that shot Jan. His grandmother brought a girl with her and her name is Maria. Oscar narrates that Maria is her first love. They are on the beach and Maria is lying there. Oscar gets a powder and then he puts it on Maria's hands as he also spits on it, but still Maria eats the powder. One encounter they are on the house and Oscar asks Maria how old she is and she replied that she is 16 and Oscar says that he is also 16 years old. Maria continues wiping the floor while having a conversation with Oscar. One night, Alfred went on duty and Oscar and Maria are now ready to bed. Oscar gets again the powder and put it on Maria's hand and spit on it. Maria is now taking it when Oscar went on top of her and Oscar put some powder on Maria's belly button and then licks it and the night happens. One day, Oscar hears a woman screaming and when he enters the door, there he saw his father Alfred on top of Maria because Maria is begging for some more and then ended up crying. She washed himself and was annoyed with Alfred giving her again a powder. Oscar is now 17 and Maria is pregnant. Oscar tried to get a pair of scissors and will stab it into Maria's belly, but Maria stopped him. They are now celebrating for the German success in conquering nations and a boy is born into the family. The baby boy is crying and he gets him from the crib. He is sure that the boy is his son and he also mentions that he will give him a drum when the baby boy is 3 and if he wants to stop growing, he will tell him how it will be done. Oscar then met Bebra again and Bebra greeted him saying that Oscar didn't grow an inch and he is happy to see him again. He introduced Oscar to someone named Roswitha and now they are in a table drinking. Bebra says that maybe Oscar is shocked seeing them in an army uniform and it is because the Ministry of Propaganda made them appear in every top leader and now, they are entertaining the troops. Bebra asks Oscar that he should be with them. He suggests that Oscar might play his drum and create sounds and break glasses. He says that they are going to perform in Paris. Oscar fell for Roswitha instantly and he screams into the wine glass creating a heart sign and gave it to Roswitha. They are now in Paris and it is the very first show of Oscar. Roswitha is holding the glass while Oscar plays his drums. After playing his drum, he screams and made the glass shatter. Their show makes the soldiers very happy and entertained. When they are all singing and dancing, a commotion came and they all hides. The war continues. Cannons and tanks meet each other from different sides, but Oscar and Roswitha are so in love that seems can't be separated, and then suddenly Bebra says that they need to go out that place because Americans came for their camp. When they are about to leave, Roswitha went down the vehicle to get some coffee and when she is about to sip the coffee, a missile comes to her way. Oscar screamed but there's nothing that he can do. They went back to their town and Oscar went back to their house. It is Kurt's 3rd birthday and Oscar brought him a tin drum. The war still goes on and now they are all hiding in their wine cellar. Soldiers found them and they are going to be arrested, but suddenly, Alfred gets the Nazis' pin and swallow it so they won't be exposed, but that causes him to die faster for they shoot him in an instant. The whole city is a wreck and then, Maria takes care of Alfred's body with the help of a stranger. While they are busy digging and putting the coffin, Kurt is playing and throwing with rocks. Oscar is deciding if he will throw his drum into the pit together with his father's coffin, and when he throws the tin drum, he also decided to grow up and then suddenly, Kurt hits him on his head with a stone that made him fall into the pit. Maria gets him and wipe Oscar's blood on his nose. Oscar is now on his bed recovering and his grandmother says that he should be with Maria and his grandmother will be staying. The movie ends where Oscar and his grandmother parted in a train station and his grandmother goes back to her work on the field cooking some potatoes. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.